Going to tackle density today, going to solve a few problems. So first thing is when you read a problem and it says calculate the density or anything about density is mentioned, then you know you're going to need the formula D equals M over V. D stands for density, M stands for mass, typically in units of grams or kilograms, and V is volume, the space that it occupies in things like centimeters cubed, milliliters, or liters. So that's how you know when you go through the problem and you read it and it talks about the mass of something, that would be the M. The volume of something, that would be the V. In the case where it doesn't say the mass is, then you have to read along and look for the given number that talks about a mass unit. A mass unit is something grams or kilograms. You have to memorize that so that you remember. And centimeters cubed is always a volume unit. So looking for mass over volume. So go ahead and plug those numbers in. And when you plug those numbers in, you're going to have 201.0 grams on the top. And the bottom's going to be 18.9 centimeters cubed. So in order to find density, you need to take 201.0 grams divided by 18.9 centimeters cubed. So let me go to my handy dandy calculator. Hopefully. There we go. What did I say? 201.0 divided by, what was the other one? 18.9 divided by 18.9 and equals. And the answer is 10.63. We'll go ahead and round it off. Usually we round it off to 3 digits, so 10.6 would be our answer. D equals 10.6. 10.6 what? 10.6 grams over centimeters cubed. Why? Because the mass was grams and the volume was centimeters cubed. So density is always going to have both units, grams over centimeters cubed. Let's try the next one. This one says, what is the volume of, so we don't know that, V, of a 227 gram of olive oil sample with a density of, okay, so notice the grams, that's the mass. So D equals M over V. Go ahead and plug them in. Plug everything in. So you have 227 grams is going to be the mass on top. The volume you don't know. So I'm going to put X, or if you want, you could put V there. And then put 0.92 density. So you have 0.92 equal to 227 over V. I'm going to leave it as V. That way when you solve, you'll know that you found the volume. All right, so how do you go about solving for V, which happens to be on the bottom? What you're going to do is here's what I like to do. I like to put a 1. That way I have an equal sign and I can cross multiply. That seems to make it easier for me. 0.92V equals 227. Because when you cross multiply, you still have an equal sign. Then what? Then I need to isolate my variable by dividing by what is multiplied by it. So on both sides, I'm going to divide by 0.92. So let me go back to my handy dandy calculator if I can. And I got to get rid of that number. And I should have looked to see what the numbers are. Let me check and see what the numbers are. So what do I have again? I have, whoops, man, it's getting messy over here. I have 227 divided by 0.92 because basically these two are gone. So V equals 227 divided by 0.92. That's what I need to know the answer to. And think about what units it's going to be. 227 divided by 0.92. 227 divided by 0.92 equals 246.7. Typically what I do here is I round it off to the tens place. 246.7 is my volume. So I'm going to go ahead and record that down. 246.7. And the units for that should be in whatever units the density has as its volume. So since the density here is grams, since the density here is grams over milliliters, the mass should be in grams and the volume should be in milliliters. So there's our answer, milliliters. So the density tells you what units the volume and the mass are going to be in. 246.7. There we go.